Good evening, everyone. Welcome on the Speaker Show. First of all, I'm gonna say a very big. I'm gonna throw my apology out there for my beautiful fan who has been waiting for us to get started. Um, yes. So we're gonna go home with the show right now, and so welcome. Sorry for the delay. We've have maintenance and then technical issues. So thank God it's fixed. So all right. So welcome everyone. Good evening one more time on the speaker show. So I'm your host, your one and holy Niniola Fatai. So thank you everyone for joining. And for the ones that have been waiting, I want to say a very big thank you to each and every one of you. All right. So we're gonna get on with the show. So I won't take much of our time because like you see that time is fast spent, and then we've got a guest this evening. And, I just want us to really hear from our guest. I want us to, talk to our guest and then see what they've had for us this evening. Because, this amazing lady, her story is very true to me. And I see her and I see that, she's so inspiring. When you listen to her story, you're like, wow, if she can make it, if she can be where she is today, I don't know why there's anyone who will give an excuse not to do whatever they desire to do in their life, because she is an example of that. So without taking much of our time, our resiliency towards throughout the years, it's been amazing. And then I've seen her grow and grow and grow and grow, and then she keeps growing. And she's such an inspiration. And all right, so I'm gonna get into it. We're gonna bring up our guest this evening, and then we're just gonna have a very good time. All right, so everyone, help me welcome my beautiful guest in our midst today, Eni Olafabo Wale. Oh my goodness! Wow, wow, wow! How you doing?
Fine, thank you. How are you today?
I'm doing fantastic. Oh my goodness, it's so nice to see you. You look beautiful. Anyway, I gotta tell you that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
How's it going with you?
Mm, Fine, thank you. I would say fine, thank you.
I could imagine. I could imagine. I know, there's been so many things going on, and the fact that you're here, I appreciate it so much. I know you're a very busy person, and then taking the time here, it's a lot. So thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. I
You're
appreciate that.
welcome. You're welcome.
All right. So, we're going to get into really getting to know who Heniola Fabowale is. I've seen so much things that you've done in the past. And then I would just, it just kind of occurred to me that, you sometimes we live our day-to-day life and we don't understand how inspiring that is to us, to other people. So, and I see you as an example of that. So I just want to tell a little bit, who is Eniola Fabowale?
First of all, I'll say I'm sorry for the old delay. I got really, really busy all day, so I'm actually happy to be here. My name is Enela Fabawale. My journey has been a very long one, but all grace to God. I'm really, really excited to be here. So, it's just me and Yola Wali. I don't know what to say. If you have questions, you can go ahead. I know.
All right. Okay. So, well, I'm gonna be throwing questions at you then. Okay, so we can really get to know you. All right. So I know today we're gonna be talking about motherhood, and I know that you're current, and then there's not even current, but you're a new mom, and I just feel that it's important for you to share your experience with us, because there are a lot of people that go through mental health, when it comes to motherhood. And then especially being a new mom, it can be very challenging, it can be very tough, especially when you don't have anyone around you. But maybe the few ones that you have, or it doesn't even matter, but still being able to hold on, it's a lot. And because people go through so many things on regular basis. So I just want to ask you, how you finding that journey?
The journey is not easy. First of
Okay.
all, I will start with when I got pregnant. So before I got pregnant, actually I have a daughter. My first daughter is 14.
Wow.
I
That's
can imagine
beautiful.
having a daughter after 14 years is really,
Wow.
really a big deal.
Hmm.
So I went through a lot of fertility issues and all that. The injections, the drugs, the stress. Even the stress alone is not even for the weak at all.
Hmm.
It is for strong women. Do you understand? If you
Hmm.
are mentally, if you are not strong, you can't have a baby.
That's true.
I think we women are just strong, that God will just give us that grace. Even if you are not even ready mentally, God will just give you that grace for a very, very good time while you have the little baby. Do you understand? So
Mhm.
being pregnant is not a day job. It's not easy. We
Mhm.
are different women and we have different kind of hormone and different systems. You understand me? So
Mhm.
it's really, really a tedious one for me. But thank God I'm out of the pregnancy. Now I'm facing the reality. So the reality now is, after being pregnant, the reality is having your baby successfully. So before I had my baby, my doctor already told me the baby, the issue that we're going to be having issue, stillbirth. I have to take epidural or go, or they induce me and all that. I was like, no, my God is a faithful God. I can't do epidural. I don't want epidural. I've seen people that have done epidural and I've seen what they went through and what they are still going through. Do you understand? So I don't want epidural. So I said, my God is a faithful one. I don't think I will do epidural. So I told my doctor like that I don't want it. So I was supposed to give birth like 25th of February, and the doctor said, okay, they're going to induce me on the 15th. So I was there like 3 days before. So I told God, please, if they are supposed to induce me, let me give birth to this baby. You gave
Mhm.
me this pregnancy after 14 years. Let me give birth to this baby.
Mhm.
So back and forth to the hospital, back and forth. I have a very lovely sister. Though she has her own thing going, she has 3 kids, she's a very busy person, but she did a good job. When I'm saying a good job, even sometimes your own real blood sister or family cannot even do some things that she did at that moment for me. It is when you are very, very weak in spirit and physically, and you see people standing by you, that's when you know that, okay, this is my person.
Mhm.
So we were going back and forth. I was informing her. She was saying, okay, let's do the epidural. Let's just take it like that. Let them induce me so that we can just have the baby alive. I was like, okay, I've heard you. But I know my own God is faithful. I won't do it.
Mhm.
So that day I went back home. The next day I started having cramps and contractions. It was going and coming.
Mhm.
And fortunately on that 15th, the a day before the 15th or the midnight, let me just say the midnight, my
Mhm.
water broke and
Mhm.
I had my baby on that same 15 without epidural, without
Wow.
being induced.
Wow.
So I think every woman should just believe in their instincts and believe in yourself.
Mm.
When you believe in your instincts and yourself, things go your way. Believe you can do it. Do you I have God.
Mhm. Mhm.
God, you created me for a reason. So why should I be going through this kind of issue?
Mhm.
Because God really listens to our prayers, especially we women. Trust me.
Yes.
He
Yes.
does. He does.
Yes.
It might
Yes.
not be an effective answer immediately, but he does. Trust me. Trust me. I think I've answered that part.
You- Wow. So
So
thank you for sharing that with us. Thank you for
you're
sharing that.
welcome.
Because I actually do agree with you that, as women, like, it takes courage. It takes the ability to be able to actually have another human being. So, yeah, which congratulations.
Thank
So
you.
I'm gonna be asking you, like, more questions, like, so I know, like, aside from the baby that you had, I know you have your personal lives, the things that you do and have going on with you. So my question is this, like, how do you balance that, like, or like you're not back to work yet, or like, you're still kind of in between, like, where exactly do you stand?
Hmm. Um, as a woman or as a mother, things come your way and you try to get solution to it. So,
Mhm.
I had to pause my work because I was pregnant. I had to pause everything I was doing. I have school work to do. I study online,
Mhm.
So I have to set up a schedule for myself for school work hours,
Mhm.
create a designed time for myself, and
Mhm.
it's actually going on, but I make sure that it's when my baby is sleeping, so I
Mhm.
have my own time. No, when baby sleep, that's when the mother should sleep. Yes,
Mhm.
it's true, but it is a big lie. That is when you have things to do. Trust me. And
I know that.
at that moment, you really have to do those things at that moment. Trust me, because immediately when the baby sleeps, I just look at myself. Oh, I have an appointment with school. I have an email to respond to from work. Okay, let me do this shortly and take a nap. The nap will not come, trust me. But as I use that opportunity to do my school works and to do my jobs
Mhm.
from home as well. So
Wow. Wow, that's good. That's good. I like that. You know, balancing is very, very important in everything that we do. You know, we got to learn how to balance it. And then, I know it could be very challenging for you, especially like a new mom. And so now my next question for you is this. I remember like that, when you were having conversation with me and you really talked about something that struck my heart so much. And I just want you to to share with us a little bit or throw more light on that. After having your baby and then, the procedures and then all the things that you actually, mentally went through, I just want you to share a little bit light on that for us. So that way they can be people who are looking towards or maybe experiencing that, and they can benefit one thing or the other from it you know
those are like let me just say challenges in pregnancy, during and after pregnancy. Number one, the anxiety first.
Mhm.
Depression during pregnancy is really, really bad. It's a
Mhm.
very terrible thing. Then
Mhm.
loneliness and poor self-worth, loneliness and poor self-worth, relationships challenges about how to relate to people during that pregnancy. Our hormones change, our system will change.
Mhm.
Sometimes when you are talking, people think you are nagging. When you are
Mhm.
trying to have a conversation, people think you are hungry. You're
Mhm.
not you're not angry. It's just the hormone working with you.
Mhm.
It is really, really, really challenging. Is it about struggling with breastfeeding the little baby?
Mhm.
That's another thing to talk about entirely. Do you
Mhm.
understand me? The
Mhm.
tiredness and lack of sleep. Hmm.
Mhm.
That alone, tiredness and lack of sleep, especially when you're not even sleeping and you're a mom. A mom cannot even sleep. A new mom cannot sleep.
Mhm.
You can't sleep. There's nothing you can do. You can't sleep. Even if you try to sleep, you can't sleep deep.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Struggling with breastfeeding is another thing.
Mhm.
Breastfeeding is the most tedious, is another
Mhm.
tedious thing that they don't tell us as a new mom. They
Mhm.
just say, breastfeed your baby, oh, do this for your baby, oh, do that. They don't know that it's a tedious work for a mother.
Mhm.
Just finding affordable and reliable child care for your baby again. Is it during or after? How do you want to do that? You have to Google all those things, try and create a time for your childcare for your baby. Is it
Mhm.
managing the households? Is another those a lot of challenges. It's a
Okay.
lot of tax for a woman. Do you understand? It's a really, really lot of tax.
Mhm.
No, craving out quality time for family activities is another challenge, because but when you want to go out, that's when you don't want to go out, that's when the family want to go out, and you have to go out at that time. So
Mhm.
you will look sad and you will be moody.
Mhm.
So they
Mhm.
look at you like a frustrated person, that what's going on? Is it the pregnancy? Is it this? Why is she like this? Is it because she just had a baby? So a lot of challenges comes, but as a mother, as a woman, you have to face your challenges and face reality. Trust me,
Absolutely.
because
Absolutely.
and never allow your challenges weigh you down.
Mhm.
Challenges will come. You can't have it smooth and sweet going every day.
Mhm. Mhm.
There
That's
must be challenges. So
that's
that's
good.
it.
Wow.
Mhm.
Thank you for that. Thank you for
So,
that. I like the way you really talked about that, because those things are very important, and every woman go through that process, and then the ability to navigate truly, and then get back into one's feet. I think is what is very, very, very important, for every individual, for every mothers. All
Mm-hmm.
right, so we're gonna get on, and then I'm gonna ask you one question now, and after then we're gonna go on a quick break, and then we're gonna be right back again.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right. So really quick, I just want you to tell us a little bit, like, actually, how do you feel? How do you feel emotionally since I know this is not your first child. I believe that, how do you feel emotionally, like, with becoming, like, a new mom, and then,
Mhm.
managing that with the older one?
That is adjusting to parentalhood. That is adjusting to parentalhood. Especially when you don't even have a mother, it can be extremely complex and emotionally challenging. Because once you don't have a mother and you are a new mom, don't forget that you are a new mom. You already have a grown up child. That does not mean the grown up child is going to help you. No, she
Mm-hmm.
can only do what she has to do.
Mm-hmm.
You understand me? She can only try, but she
Mm-hmm.
can't do that physical thing mother has to do for you at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
It is extremely emotional because I lost my mom about 10 years ago. Huh. And she was the one who took care of my first daughter. So I don't know anything about breastfeeding. So being awake midnight, petting
Wow.
the baby for like 3 hours before the baby will sleep at midnight. It
Wow.
is really a big task and a big job for a mother. It
Wow.
is not easy as a mother because it is extremely challenging, and and it will drain you down emotionally as a woman, especially the midnight stress, taking care of a baby midnight. Oh
Mm-hmm.
my god. Ha, you're going to look at yourself like, what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
This is the way it's going to be forever? No, it's just for a little period of time, but
Mm-hmm.
this is really, really an emotional time for me right now. Taking care of a baby, taking care of myself because nobody to take care of me. So
Mm-hmm.
that my sister really tried. On my push day, she was with me. So that emotional stress was not really that deep into me. Maybe emotional stress was supposed to be like 100%. No, I had it going for like 75 to 80%. Trust me. With her, everything is perfect. Trust
Mm-hmm.
me, with
Wow.
her and God, yes,
Wow.
because it is really, really emotional for me not having a mom, being a mom. Because most nights I cry while the baby is crying like a baby. While the baby is crying, look at the baby. It's only you and I. Stop crying.
Wow.
And
Wow.
that is it. Trust me, that is the way it is. So
Mm-hmm.
as a mom, just don't let the emotional stress get to you. Because
Mm-hmm.
once the emotional stress gets to you, you will get depressed. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
It is not easy, but God will come true. Trust me.
Wow. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
You're
And,
welcome.
we're going to go on the break, and then we're going to be right back. For all
Okay.
our viewers who are watching us live right now, we're going to be right back. And then I'll tell you guys, like, if there's anything, like, if you have any word of encouragement, or maybe probably, like, you actually even have a question for her, something, like, we said we wouldn't take any questions, like, we just manage our time, but it's just what it is. You're on the speaker show, you're on the speaker show. So all right, so we'll be right back, and then we're gonna ask about our experience, about, like, anxiety, and then the things that she've talked about, and then we'll be right back. So stay tuned with us, and we'll be back in a minute. All right, all right, all right. So we're right back. This is amazing. This is amazing. Like I said, like, it's beautiful having you. So now we're going to really get into this. And I really want you to talk to us this evening. Tell us, have you actually even experienced it more? I know you talked about the anxiety and the, the sadness, the depression, and all that. So I want you to tell us this evening, how did you manage those, those experience? Because they are very hard time for a parent, for a mom, they're very challenging moment. But how did you manage that?
Mhm.
Was there like a therapy that you went through, or like is there something like, is it like an exercise that get you throughout the day, or like what did you do, how did you manage that?
Earlier I said I have a sister.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. She has always been there, and she's still there for me.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime I'm just depressed or I have this bad feeling about myself, I just call her. She'll
Mm-hmm.
just tell me, why you what are you thinking about? You got this. You got this. I'll be like, I got what? I don't have anything to do. I'm just tired. I don't want to take care of the baby again. She will just tell me, don't worry, everything will be fine. Everything will be fine. Don't worry. Don't think about anything. Focus on the baby. Focus on yourself. Make sure you're perfect. She encourages me.
Wow.
Sometimes it's not even all about money. That encouragement alone, it keeps you going.
Mm-hmm.
It
Mm-hmm.
keeps you going as a mom because you'll be like, really? So I have someone like this beside me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there is God. God is on one side, and when you have people to around you, it is a special gift.
Yes,
I
yes.
never and I never misuse the opportunity that I have her. She has been a great person to me. Trust, because she has her own things going. Someone
Mm-hmm.
with three kids and her own family, and she's still giving you that so much attention, care, time, and everything. Because after giving birth to my little baby, I felt seriously sick after a
Mm-hmm.
week.
Mm-hmm.
It was really a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I already thought my enemy was gonna die. Trust me, because I knew this is just the final thing.
Wow.
Even the hospital were just transferring me from one room to another, from one section to another, from one. Everybody were looking at me as a new mom that just gave birth to a baby 1 week ago. A young lady, what's going on? Is she okay?
Mm-hmm.
I was just thinking about so much. But she has been. She was there for me again. She will come in the morning, leave in the evening, take the baby with her, bring the baby back. She did a good job. So that alone, that encouragement alone, that little support alone goes a long way for me. So it
Mm-hmm.
gave me this peace of mind that okay, everything will be fine. Even
Wow.
if everything is not even fine, that alone told me everything is going to be fine. So
Wow.
once you have challenges and you have one or two people that can encourage you, trust me, everything will be fine. It can only take a little period of time, but it will be fine at the end of the day.
Wow, amazing, amazing. That's beautiful. So you are saying that like having that support is actually
Mm-hmm.
what has helped you through to like to navigate the experience,
Exactly.
reduce
Exactly.
anxiety and then those depression. Wow, wow, wow.
Mm-hmm.
I actually agree with you because I feel that like every individual we do need someone, and we do need someone that we can trust. We need someone that we can
Mm-hmm. That
you
we
know
can count on.
and there's some that don't have that and there's some that have that. So but I always say this to people that the moment that you have that, you appreciate it, and I see that you really talked about the person, and then that's good for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. All right, so you know my next question actually, what you answered now actually even, get me through my next question, which I was gonna actually even ask you for like, for support, like, so but which like you said that like, having the people around you that you can call on, you can count on, like,
Mm-hmm.
those have been the like, the major support for you. Well,
Mm-hmm.
that's beautiful. And then, I would just like to ask you that, like, what advice would you give to like, to new mom like
Mm-hmm. Trust me, for a new mom, I know it's not easy. Trust your instincts. Number one, sleep. Make sure you sleep. Sleep. Take care of yourself.
mm-hmm,
Take care of yourself. That's number three. Number four, all
mm-hmm,
baby cries. All babies cry. All babies cry. Trust me. It
Mhm.
is a challenging thing when your baby is crying, but you will cry as a mother. Even if you don't have emotions, trust me, you will cry. So you
Mhm.
and again adjust to your expectations.
Mhm.
Your expectations. Don't expect too much. Just adjust to them. Ask for
Mhm.
help from good people, not from people that you don't trust. Ask for
Mhm.
help from good people. Embrace self care. Embrace
Mhm.
self care as a mother. Embrace self care. Take time for yourself. Take time for yourself. Breathe in and breathe out. You will be fine. Trust me. Take
Mhm.
your time for yourself. All
Mhm.
babies are different. Maybe someone's baby is having issues, yours might not have. So all
Mhm.
babies are different. Allow other people to help you as a mom. Allow people to help you. I know it's not easy, especially when you have to give your baby to someone and you want to go and take a nap, and your mind will just be there. Trust me. But
Mhm.
let people help you. Allow people help you. Avoid comparisons, because if you are comparing this and that, avoid it. You have to avoid comparison.
Mhm.
Trust me. And be very, very flexible as a mother. Be flexible. Be flexible. Create a routine for yourself. Create a routine for yourself as a mother. Don't sweat the small stuff out of you. Take
Mhm.
it easy. Follow your guts. Follow your instincts. I said that earlier. Follow
Mhm.
your guts. Follow your instincts. Love more. Love yourself more. Now
Mhm.
that you're a mom, love yourself more. Yes, trust me. Babies don't need much. All they need is that food and care and attention. So give them that at that moment. I know it's not easy as a mom, but it's gonna be fine at the end of the day. Everything will be fine. So cherish your relationship with people around you, especially the good ones around you. Like that,
Mhm.
my sister, I cherish her so much.
Mhm.
I know that she knows this. So anywhere she is, she's listening to me. I know God will keep her and her family. God will keep her kids in the name of Jesus. Because I have to put her in my journey. She's in my journey. Trust me. I pray God keeps her. I pray God be with her family. I pray God give her the strength to keep going as a mom. I know it's not easy. And enjoy your baby. Enjoy your baby. That's all I have to say. So that's all I have to say
Ah,
for
wow.
now.
Ah, wow. That's quite a lot. It's like, you just gave us the list. It's like you just gave us the list. Like, that's actually really beautiful. And I want to say thank you for, for those beautiful, encouraging words
Mhm.
because um everyone needs it, you
Mm,
know and the journey of a mother, I know that, like, it's a lot, especially when it comes to women, and then having to change and then getting back in shape, and
mm.
having to lose so many things, like, in
Yeah.
the journey many people lose confidence. In the journey many people lose self-awareness. In the
Mhm.
journey many people lose, you know their identity, and their dream is being sold out to someone else. It could be their partner, or it could be to their children, towards their children. So it takes a lot. It takes a lot for a woman. And I just want to say, like, a very, very big thank you to you, because, like, you really, really nailed a lot of things, like, instead of me to talk about it. And the most important thing, like, the mental health part of it, that
Mhm.
taking care of oneself is very,
Yes,
very
it's
important.
very,
It's very
very
important.
important.
We can't be too carried away. You can't be too carried away, like, and just forget about the things that they're very important to you, which yourself comes. You come first. And they always say this saying that, like, when a cup is empty, you can keep pouring into someone's cup if your cup is
Mm,
empty. In order for you to keep pouring, you got to have something, you got to have something that you're pouring into others. So,
mhm,
in order for you not to get empty, and as mothers, like, that emptiness is quick. It's
mhm.
right there, if you're not conscious, if you're not careful, so, just being able to pour into others is something that is very, very important. So, and I just want to say that, like, you are amazing. Like, you look better, you look beautiful, you don't even look like a new mom. you
Thank you
you
so
look
much.
amazing. So it's obvious that, like, you're practicing your self-care, and then doing the things that, like, that they're very major to you.
It
And
is very, very important. It
and
is.
another thing that you mentioned, like, that I was like, wow, the fact that, like, you have, like, you lost your mom, 10 years ago, and now, like, you have a baby and never experienced that before, which that could be very, very challenging. And I appreciate the fact that you shared that with us on the show this evening. That was something really, really beautiful to hear. And then, I just pray that, like, she continued to rest in peace.
Amen. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you very
Yeah.
much. I appreciate your time this
You're
evening.
welcome. You're
I
welcome.
just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Eniola Fabo Wale.
Thank
Yes,
you for thank you for bringing me to here to share my experience. Thank you so much.
you're
I
very
appreciate-
welcome. You're
Yeah.
very welcome. You're very welcome. You're
Yeah.
very welcome.
Mhm.
Bye now.
Bye.
All right, everyone. So, that was beautiful, and so many people go through so many things. You have friends, you have family, even some of you might have spouse, like, you might have people that go through one thing or the other. And I just want to tell you that, don't just take this as just something casual. This is something important. This is mental health that a lot of people go through, that a lot of people struggle with, and it is important that we raise the awareness, as women. It's important that, like, we bring it to, like, our day to day, so people can know exactly, like, how to navigate, how to deal with these things, because many lose focus along the way. So, and I just want to say that, like, it's been an amazing show. It's a very short show this evening, and I just, sorry for any inconvenience to all our amazing viewers who have been very dedicated to be with us. So, and one more time, and I'm gonna say, like, thank you so much for, like, for staying too, for being with us, throughout the show. I want to say a very big thank you to each and every one of you. And until then, and I will see you next week. But before I go, don't forget, I always tell you this, don't forget to share the video, to like, to click on the notification button. You never know who this can be an inspiration to. You never know who this can help. You have no idea until you share it, and you can be a blessing to someone else, because you don't know what they're going through. You don't know their mental state of mind right now. You will just hear that, like, oh, I spoke with this person yesterday, and then before you know it, the person is no more. Why? You don't know what they're going through. You only see them smiling. So I just want to tell you that, please, please, please share, and click on the notification button, so you can always get new things from us. Other than that, I just want to say thank you, and I remain your host, your one and only on the Speaker Show, Nini Olafatai. Thank you, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now, everyone. Have a good